Hey there, today we are going to start talking about logarithms, and a logarithm is a way of rewriting the problems that we've seen with exponents in order to actually solve for an exponent. So rather than solving for a base, or rather than solving for some other number, we can actually solve for our exponents. So for starters, we need to be able to convert from our regular form that we had into our logarithm form. So if we have a base of b with an exponent y and that's equal to x, then what happens is our base comes down here, it's going to be a small number, our result is going to be inside the parentheses here, and this is going to be equal to our exponent, in this case y. As you see, this will put the y by itself, which is what we want if we're solving for this y, and that's basically what we're doing. We're solving for an exponent. Before we couldn't do that, and now we'll be able to solve for these very accurately. So let's take a look at a couple examples of just how we convert between the two. So we want to convert these into logarithm form, or just log form. I'm probably going to be saying the word log a lot, and I don't mean something that falls out of a tree. So we want to convert this into our logarithm form. And if you remember, the small number that we should have down here is going to be our base. Make those a little darker so you can read it. So our base here is 4, so I'm going to put a small 4 right here. Our result is going to be inside the parentheses here, so the 50 is going to go inside the parentheses. And then this is equal to the exponent. The x is by itself. The exponent is always on the other side of the equal sign. So this is it. This is all we're doing right now is converting into logarithm form. We'll talk about solving in just a moment. But for right now, this problem is done, though. That's all we're doing. We're just converting it into the logarithm form. Down here, we want to do the same type of thing. If you think you can solve this one out, pause the video, solve it out for me. So if we were going to put this into logarithm form, our base here is 8, so we're going to have log and then a small 8. And then inside the parentheses, remember, we want our result. So the result here is 2, and that's equal to our exponent of a. And the way that you would actually read this is log base of 8 of 2 is equal to a. So log base 8 of 2 is equal to a. So now let's take a look at how we would actually solve these out using our calculator, because that's the more interesting part. So if we have this example here, we have 3 to the power of x is equal to 81. And we want to figure out what the power of x is. You might be able to figure that out given that you can guess and check your answer and you can see what equals 81, but that won't always be the case. So we want to convert it into our logarithm form, and I've done that here. So we have log base of 3 of 81 is equal to x. So remember, our exponent is what we're solving for. However, this can't be entered into the calculator as it is right now. The calculator can actually only do a base of 10, so we would have to have a little 10 down here in order for the calculator to be able to do it automatically. However, we have one way that we can work around this. What we can actually do, and the way we would enter it in the calculator, is you would say the log of 81 divided by the log of 3. We would enter it into the calculator like this. We would do log of 81 and then divide by the log of 3. The calculator does not let us do individual bases, so we have to split it up like this. And if we enter this into your calculator, you just use your log button, which is right to the left of the 7. So you see there at the 7, we've got the log button just to the left of it. That's the button we want to use. And so in the calculator, it would look like this right here. So we have log of 81 divided by log of 3, and if you hit enter on that, it'll come out to be 4. So what this means, first off, 4 is our answer, but if we want to check and show what this actually means, if we have 3 to the power of 4, that should equal 81. And if you multiply all those together, that equals 81. So, we know this 4 is correct. You won't always have to check your answer like this, but I'm just showing you what our answer actually means.